And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bayley Currey Racing Showdown 100 on dirt here at Bristol Motor Speedway. The normal qualifying out the window here tonight. I believe we had 30 cars show up. On the grid right now will be heat race number 1. And starting on the pole, these times coming to you via their practice session earlier in the night. It just wrapped up. Taking a look now at row number 1, we'll have on the inside the 24 David Jedlicka, who is outside the Stripper Glitter Chevrolet Camaro. That'll be Kevin Hash. So starting outside the second row, the 3 of BJ Hash, the inside the 29 of Lane Hughes. 34 of Sean Bounty out on the speedway. 21 of Sam Green. They'll make up row number 3. No cautions, 10 laps. Make up heat race number 1. Paul Smith, the 15 of Tressenot will start in the 4th and final row for heat race number 1. Glad to have everyone out joining us here on the Tuesday Night Thunder as we get rid of our Goodyear slicks and trade them in for a set of groove tires as we battle it out here on the high banks of Bristol Motor Speedway. This time doing it in the dirt. Heat race number 1, David Jedlicka, the 03 of Woodlawn, Virginia's Kevin Hash. We'll start them out on the front row here.
Green.
Green flag is out for the 24 Jedlicka. He'll lead them down into turn number 1. Already trouble the 03 bouncing off the outside wall. Contact with your leaders. 03 of Kevin Hash will move on by. He'll take over the top spot. Jedlicka running in second. The 21 of Sam Green has quickly found his way into the 3rd spot. But Jedlicka battling on the inside so far, finding the grip he needs. With a good run off for the 21 of Sam Green as he'll walk away with the 3rd place. Letting it hang out on the bottom was that 24 Jedlicka as he got a little high, wide, and handsome there. The 34 Sean Bounty, California native, trying to get around him. He'll move to the inside now. Big pile up out of turn number 4. Sean Bounty and the 24 David Jedlicka. Looks like Jedlicka may be damaged. While that happened, 21 of Sam Green just took that Proton Mill Cosmic Motorsports machine and sent it to the front of this field as he leads by 2.5, 3 car lengths with 7 laps to go. Running in the 3rd spot right now, the 29 car. That'll be Lane Hughes. 15 of Tressenot with some front end damage on that machine. He rides right now in the 4th spot. BJ Hash rounding out the top 5. These guys try to master their way around Bristol Motor Speedway, covered in this beautiful red clay. Admins will be watching from high atop the scoring tower as we are 5 to go now, halfway done with heat race number 1. They'll be watching for these guys banking it off the wall. So no wall riding here in the Iron Thunder Racing League. As you see, Sam Green is right at the top on what we like to call the cushion. All the marbles being thrown up against the wall there as he'll jump the cushion there. Creates a little lip, and that right rear tire will just grab onto that lip and get as much traction as possible. As 15 of Tressenot has moved into the 2nd spot. Lane Hughes riding now in the 4th spot. Paul Smith 5th. 6th BJ Hash. Sean Bounty 7th. 8th to be David Jedlicka. Double Kevin Hash trying to get that machine off the wall. '21 of Sam Green. We'll get one to go. He turns off into turn number one. Sam Green for the final time out of turn number 4. He'll look to take home heat race number 1. Will go to Sam Green. And heat race number 1 going into 21 of Samuel Green. Heat race number 2 lining up on the inside. Starting on the pole for heat race number 2, the 9 Klondike Toyota Camry. Be Adam Strong to his outside of the 89 of Matt Quick. Inside run number 2, we'll find the 87 of Raymond Rittenauer to his outside, the 84 Toyota Camry of Christopher Gale. Inside row number 3, we'll find the 48 Kyle Witherman Racing Ford Mustang Ford Performance. Excuse me, not Kyle Witherman Racing, Cross Wrench Racing, 48 of Matt Cherry. Looking to see who was scheduled to start to his outside. Did not make the call. The 05 of Bayley Currey will move up one row. And that'll leave the 90 of Kyle Hall and his Ford Performance Racing Designs machine. Will start shotgun on the field for heat race number 2. Not quite sure who missed the call. Well, the driver missing the call for heat race number 2. That'll move the 05 of Bayley Currey, which was fastest in practice in that Fort Worth screen printing Chevrolet Camaro. Practice times should have went toward the starting lineup. However, it looks like Pill Draw went for the starting lineups. Line car of Adam Schron in that Klondike Toyota Camry. Should get the green this time by.
Green, green, green.
Green flag out for the 9 of Adam Schron. He'll spin up the tires. The 89 of Matt Quick will charge off into turn number 1 as your leader bounces off the wall. Now charging hard on the bottom. Here's the 9 of Adam Strong. He'll come out of there with your lead down the back straight away. 3 wide racing. Here comes Bayley Currey. Letting it hang out on the high side. He'll look underneath the 89 of Matt Quick. 48 of Matt Cherry right there in the way. As Adam Strong leads, more contact. Here comes Christopher Gale. 3 wide, down the back straight away. Bayley Currey will dive to the bottom, looking for some momentum and grip down there. He'll slide all the way up the racetrack as they bounce off of each other back there further in the field. Bayley Currey right now dive, bobbing, and diamonding the corners as he moves into the second spot. Back to the high side, riding that cushion. Fort Worth screen printing Texas native of Bayley Currey will take the lead here on lap number 4. Your leader, the 05 of Bayley Currey. As we're halfway to go. '48 of Matt Cherry rides in at second spot. Adam Schroen right now rides in the third spot. The 87 of Raymond Rittenauer starting in the fourth spot. The 89 of Matt Quick, trouble back there. As the 90 of Kyle Hall trying to get around him. 84 Christopher Gale out of the race on pit road. To the 05. Hello. Two to go. Get a white flag now here for the 05 of Bayley Currey. White flag waves. 48 of Matt Cherry still riding the second spot. Adam Schroen in third. One more time down the back straightaway, heat race number 2. Being dominated by the 05 of Bayley Currey. As he'll work that low groove out of turn number 4. You'll see checkered flag, heat race number 2. He takes his name to the 05 of Bayley Currey. P2 will be the 48 of Matt Cherry, the 9 of Adam Schroen. Third, fourth will be the 87 of Raymond Rittenauer. Kyle Home will bring home the 5th spot. Matt Quick in 6th. The 7th spot will go to Christopher Gale, and not starting that heat race, the 78 of Patrick Langley. Heat race number 3 about to come at you here. We'll get you that starting lineup as soon as everybody is on the grid. Starting on the pole for heat race number 3. Wilson Farms, CRT Small Engine Repair, Strutmasters.com, 33 of Josh Cullen. To the outside, the 52 of George Belfont Jr. Starting inside number 2, the 09 Amsoil machine of 09 of Dave Matson. To the outside, the 27 of Menon Gregory. Starting in the third row, the 35 of Sawyer Ott was outside, the 96 of Jason Roudabush. Row number 4, Kelvin Mosier. In the 43, Sam O'Malley's machine, who was outside in the Bucky's Chevrolet. The 74 of Brian Wertman. One to go signal being given here to the 33 of Josh Cully. Let's see if he can tame the high brakes of Bristol Motor Speedway here on the Tuesday Night Thunder. He's set. George Belfont Jr. to the outside of the Belfont Racing Mustang. The Chevrolet Ford in the front 2 rows.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. Belfonts and Josh Cully both getting a good start there. Cully will dive all the way to the bottom. Belfonts in the middle, contact. He'll go up the racetrack. Contact with 27, more contact. That'll leave the 33 of Josh Cully on the bottom. Out front, the Dave Matson coming hot and heavy on the top side. Josh Cully all the way to the bottom, finding all the grip he can as he goes down to Dave Matson, rim riding, trying to find the cushion. But so far, the 33 of Cully has found grip on the bottom. 43 of Kelvin Mosier now rides to that second spot. Sawyer Out will take over the third spot for the 09 of Dave Maxson. Back to the 33 of Cully, has not changed his some eyes will be on this 33. Halfway to go this time behind the 33, still dominating his 6 laps, the 43 of Kelvin Mosier. Kelvin Mosier trying to work something on the outside there. Three to go. One to go here. $33 of Josh Cully to come out of turn number 4 of the final lap. He'll win heat race number 3. So hearing from league commissioner, some drivers not able to get in the session, and unfortunately for the guys who had to get out there on the racetrack and put their cars on the line, we're going to get a reset here with open qualifying voted on by all the drivers in the league. So therefore, gonna do a restart, total restart. Now we'll have to exit this session and come back for another. We do appreciate you tuning in, and the next session come up as soon as it is available. We'll get you there. So Josh Cully winning heat race number 3, but all for naught. Looks like we will settle for an open qualifying session. No heat races, all voted on by the league. Some members not paying attention. So when we were going to go green flag racing, and they were not able to get into the session, it was closed. So a vote was had, and everybody decided we would start a new session. So we do apologize. Going to put us behind the ticker just a little bit. Already at 8:51. As soon as that next session is up, we'll get you in there and get you covered. Have all the details of what will transpire. But in the meantime, we can check on our standings. The iRacing Fort Worth Screen Printing Premier Series here in season number 6. Still looking for a repeat winner. We are tonight will be 9 races in. 9 races into season number 6. 8 different winners. Looking to make it 9 different winners. Being so, championship points. Sean Bounty leads Jackson Allen by 34 points. 63 points behind in the 3rd spot is Josh Ball. Matt Cherry, 79 points out of the lead in the 4th spot. 5th, Kevin Hash, 92 points out of the lead. Sawyer up 6 places. Sits in the 6th spot, 99 points out. Virtually tied for the 7th spot, Patrick Langley and Brendan Klooster, both 116 points out of the lead. 9th will be Sam Green, 119 points out. John Garrett in 10th. 11th, Dave Matson, Bayley Currey, 12th. Quick 13th, Roger Diebold, 14th. Josh Cully, 15th. 16th, Storm Patterson. So far, with drivers with a win inside the top 30 in points, Kyle Weatherman, 21st. Josh Cully, Bayley Currey, Sawyer, Matt Cherry, Josh Ball, Jackson Allen, and Sean Bounty. We still await the next session to go up. Do apologize, and we appreciate you bearing with us while we work on our next session. the music is too loud, let us know. Get ready to roll in to our next session here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in as we look on to the rest of season number 6. This is the next to last before we start the round of 16. We will head off next Tuesday, June the 1st. The Firecracker 250 presented by Hill Designs at Daytona International Speedway under the lights for 80 laps, 200 miles. And that will determine the top 16 drivers who will roll into the Southern 250 Darlington Motor Speedway June the 8th to battle it out for a championship. Second round of 16 will find us Tuesday, June the 15th at the Athens Screen Printed 163 from Road America. We'll run 25 caution-free laps for 101 miles. Round number 3 of the top 16 will see us in the hot Atlanta. We'll stay in the state of Georgia. The Hot Atlanta 200 powered by RNG Heating and Cooling at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, 130 laps, 200 miles. That is where we'll trim it down to the Elite 8. The top 8 drivers will roll into the Rebel 199 at Talladega Super Speedway on Tuesday, June 29th for 75 laps, 199 miles. Round number 2 of the top 8 will find us in the Badass Welder 200 at Texas Motor Speedway under the lights Tuesday, July 6th for 134 laps, 201 miles. Third and final round before we trim it down to the final 4 will find us at the Hooker Hood Classic 200 Tuesday, July 13th from Martinsville Speedway under the lights, 200 laps, 105 miles. Then we'll head west to Phoenix Raceway Tuesday, July the 20th for the Iron Thunder Premier Championship 200 under the lights for 150 laps, 150 miles to crown Season 6 champion of the Iron Thunder Racing League Fort Worth Screen Printing Premier Series and put Season 6 in the books. Season 6 of the Iron Thunder Premier Series. These 17 races at 14 different tracks. So far, we are 8 races in, 8 different winners. Candidates, Bayley, Currey Racing Showdown 100 for Bristol Motor Speedway become the 9th different winner. So open qualifying out there right now as you see some drivers on the track. It's like 5 minutes, 19 seconds as Dave Matson, Tressenot right now on the top of the board. Jackson Allen goes to the quick time. 18-131. 18-131 for Action Jackson Allen. Once again, we do apologize as session had to be rolled around. Right now, 34 cars taking time, and George Belfonte Jr. goes to the top of the board. As open practice, you see the calamity that can ensue. But nonetheless, we are here in about 15 laps left of practice here. Practice qualifying. Call it hot lap qualifying here. As George Belfonte Jr. sits atop of the board at 18.053, 18.053 for the 52 of George Belfonte Jr. And while he's still on the Speedway, we'll get a look at the 52 machine at the 25 of Brendan Kluster's. It's one quick thing we'll have to do is we enter a new session. I have to adjust our camera angle. A little behind the scenes here for you of what I have to do. Shout out to the Josh Kelly fan club, zooming in from 8 states tonight. Let's see if we can. Sure why the camera angle changed on, so let's go back and see if we can fix that. For some reason, the camera's being funky with us. We'll have to get back to you as qualifying is about over. Hopefully we can work it out without as we're getting ready to go green flag racing. Another new pole sitter. 52 of George Belfons Jr. going to start on the pole. Outside of him will be the 15 of Trassenant. The 91 of Jackson Allen inside row number 2 to his outside, the 05 of Bayley Currey. Row number 3, the 09 of Dave Matson on the inside to the outside will be the 48 of Matt Cherry. Row number 4, the 88 of Josh Ball to his outside, the 16 of Alex Little. The 25 of Brendan Klusterhuis. The 33 of Josh Cully, scheduled to start 9th on the inside. Of the 5th row. To the outside of row number 5, the 25 of Brendan Klusterhuis. Row number 6 to the inside, Sawyer Sam Green to the outside. Row number 7, the 03 of Kevin Hash to his outside, the 5 of Matt Klusterhuis. Row number 8, the 27 of Manon Gregory, the 89 of Matt Quick to the outside. Row number 9, 86 of Alex Bottom, the 78 of Patrick Langley. Row 10, Ray Rittenauer, Christopher Gale. Row 11, Kelvin Mosier, Kyle Hall. Row 12, Adam Schroen, Roger Debo. Row 13, Brian Workman, Sean Valley. Row 14, Dan Half, Elaine Hughes. Row 15, David Jedlicka, BJ Hash. Row 16, John Garrett, Jason Radobush. Row 17, Paul Smith, Justin White. Storm Patterson and Chad Nelson rounding out the field. So making the call is the 33 of Josh Cully. 100 laps here on the dirt surface of Bristol Motor Speedway. One to go signal for Belfons and the 15. McCall, Mississippi's stressing out in that CA cattle machine. Pace car is off. Waiting on the green. We are green. And we'll see the hammer being dropped there by the 52. He'll lead them off into turn number 1. Hard in the outside wall goes the 5 and the 52. Jackson Allen using that bottom grip to put himself into P1. George Belfons Jr. will look underneath. Not going to be able to do it. We put 1 lap on the board, green flag. Battle for second, the 05 of Bayley Currey, 52 of George Belfons Jr. And just like we suspected 1 night ago, Green has risen to the top quickly. The 05 of Bayley Currey, 91 Jackson Allen, 1 and 2. George Belfons Jr., the 15 of Trassenant, hanging on strong in the 3rd and 4th spots. Top 4 kind of broke away from the rest of the field. And we'll find the 88 of Josh Ball. He's got a bumper for the 48 of Matt Cherry. As they work their way out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Josh Kelly right now riding firmly in that 7th spot. We see the Wilson Farm CRT Small Engine Repair as he comfortably rides in the 7th spot. Now he'll work the high side of the racetrack. You see the darker shaded on the racing surface indicates moisture. However, this racetrack will start taking rubber. That dark brown clay will turn to black. And in that black will be what we call the slick. Be a very slick surface. The drivers will search around for moisture on the speedway. And at times we can see this racing surface go what we call black slick from top to bottom. As whoever can find the grip. 33 of Josh Kelly right now having a good solid run here at Bristol Winter Speedway. He is riding in the 6th spot and putting pressure on the 88 of Josh Ball in that nationwide machine as they run 2 totally different lines here at Bristol Winter Speedway. Oh, the 88 of Josh Ball having some trouble. 74 Brian Workman, and we're going to get our first caution.
Caution, yellow flag.
Of the night. Just as we got ready to switch over to your leaders, 05 of Bayley Currey had taken over the lead. Let's see what happened with the 88 of Josh Ball. It collected the 09 of Dave Matson. Slower car, Brian Workman on the bottom. Josh Kelly had to adjust his line up into the 88. 88 up into Paul Smith. Just nowhere to go. Josh Ball going to have to come in for service tonight. Unlimited tires for these guys, so they can change tires when they need them. They're not limited on their sets. But right now, as we run, we'll let them cross the start-finish line one more time. Looks like the 33 of Kelly coming down pit road. Let's check that machine for damage. Looks like a little bit of front end damage on that machine and some rear end damage. He will get that work done. But right now, as they run, it'll be Bayley Currey, your leader, Jackson Allen P2 in the 3rd spot, George Belfons Jr. 4th, be Tresnott 5th. Matt Cherry. 6th will be Sam Green. 7th, Patrick Langley. 8th, Alex Little. 9th, Landon Gregory. Running out the top 10, the 03 of Kevin Hash. Getting ready to go back green. Curry and Allen on the front row. Belfons, Ott, row number 2. Cherry and Green, row number 3.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
Restart called off. Restart called off as the back of the field trying to catch up here. Get the one to go. We'll try it one more time. See right above the 91, that rich clay up there. A lot of loose marbles. As the race of the night goes on, those will push up against the wall there and create a cushion. You'll see a lot of guys trying to put that right rear tire right on that line. Keep them planted firmly on the cushion. Pace car is off. Bayley Currey will hammer down. And turned a few laps earlier in the first section. And really got to turn these cars more. Oh, the 91 slips up. George Belfon's Jr. going to get by. Maybe Tressenot as well, and he'll have connection issues. That car continues to blink, and we'll have to well, not quite sure. Maybe a connection on our end. We do apologize for the glitchiness, but looks like everybody is back for us. But the 05 with Bayley Currey has struck out almost 2 seconds ahead. 15 of Tressenot. 91 Jackson Allen has fallen well back to the 23rd spot. All that was taking place. So he'll be marred back in the field. Caution out. Bayley Currey's lead diminished here as he was closing in on the tail end of the field. See how it all works out here. Bayley Currey, Tressenot, Matt Cherry, Sam Green, Patrick Langley, Alex Littleman, and Gregory, Kelvin Mosier, Brendan Clutchus, and Kyle Hall. Top 10. It looks like we're getting a one-lap shootout for stage number 1. One-lap shootout, stage number 1. One to go signal. It'll be up to Bayley Currey when to drop the hammer here as soon as the pace truck leaves the surface. And hammer down.
Green flag.
1 lap shootout. Top 10 will pay points. As you start to see that black coming in there in turn number 1. Matt Cherry going to take over P2. Here comes Sam Green in that 21 machine. Out of turn number 4, Bayley Currey will take stage number 1.
Caution, yellow flag.
Bayley Currey, Matt Cherry, Tresselot, Patrick Langley, Sam Green, Alex Little, Roger Diebold, Kelvin Mosier, Brendan Klustrusen, and Madden Gregory, all receiving points here at end of stage number 1. Stage number 1 in the books here. And looking through the rundown. Cully started that. Well, in a position to get the lucky dog right now. Coming off pit road for service, 35th, 1 lap down. Still a long way to go. 71 laps left. Hollywood lead change so far tonight. Bayley Currey's led 21 of the 30. And no surprises, Bayley Currey has your fastest lap of the race. Going to lap number 4 at 17.664. Next fastest lap, closest that I can see on the charts right now. Looks like a 18.097. So closest lap to him, a 18.097. Jackson Allen made it up to the 3rd spot. Excuse me. The next fastest lap was Jackson Allen, a 17.695. 17.695. Bayley Currey going to roll into it from the top. Slamming off the wall is the 78 of Patrick Langley. He'll find the straight and point her back in the right direction here. 2-car battle back there with Sam Green in at 21. He'll go to the inside of Patrick Langley at the 15. And Tresselot washes up, makes contact with the 78. Oh, 91 of Jackson Allen got the nose chopped off, and he is spun around in the wrong direction, and he will exit to pit road. Back to the front, you can just hear Bayley Currey letting it all hang out. Let's jump on board with the 05 Texas native. See the rubber laid down on the Speedway there. Got kind of a shine to it. And that is the slick spot, ladies and gentlemen. You see the cushion, and that is right where he's putting that right rear. Track already taking rubber here all the way down to the bottom of the track. You kind of hear a strain on that engine. That car finds some grip. A good look on board with your leader, who has already jumped out to a half a second over the 48. And close call with Dan Half. He was able to get out of the way. Let's look back here at the 48 of Mac Cherry, 21 of Sam Green. Cherry has found that groove. That cross wrench machine, 21 of Sam Green. Hard in the wall. I'll give it up for 78 of Patrick Langley that screwed on by. Here's your leader. He's going to be marred in traffic here. See how he does getting through it. He's already made contact with a slower car. He'll drop the hammer as they bounce off of each other in front of him. He'll slide it in there, bounce off the wall. Try to work underneath. 72 of Chad Nelson. You'll see that car slide all the way up to the cushion and kept it off the wall. Caution flies on the Speedway. Looking for a car stopped. So it will not be the stage. Bayley Currey still holding on to that top spot. I'm going to give a big shout out and a happy 85th birthday to one of the founding members of the Josh Cully fan club, Mr. Ron Larson, who was celebrating Taco Tuesday here on Tuesday Night Thunder. Big shout out to everybody in the Josh Cully fan club for tuning in every Tuesday night. Pulling for their man, the 33 Wilson Farms machine, as he is pit side now. Still holding on to the 30th spot. Car looks fairly clean. He'll try to make his way back on the lead lap. And right now, the key to the game may be survival of the fittest. Keep that car as clean as possible. Let everybody else trash it. Cully back on track here. Again, a happy 85th birthday to Ron Larson, one of the founding members of the John Cully fan club. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy your birthday, and thank you for choosing to spend it with us on Tuesday Night Thunder here on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. As we get set up for our next restart, Bayley Currey will start on the pole, the 91 of Jackson Allen. Trying to see if he is back on the speedway. Lost him on the grid for some reason. Looks like Jackson Allen has called it quits for the night. Matt Cherry in the P2 position. Patrick Langley in third. Fourth will be Sam Green. Tresnot in the fifth spot. Brendan Klusterhuis sixth. Seventh, Kelvin Mosier. Eighth, Alex Little, Dave Matson ninth. And 10th, the 90 of Kyle Hall. As we'll have a 3-lap shootout to end stage number 2. 47 laps in, 54 to go. We'll see Bayley Currey up on the top in that cushion. He'll roll on the gas. Sam Green with a good restart there in that 21 machine. He'll challenge for the P2 position as he'll ride the rim here and bang it off the cushion in that Cosmic Motorsports Proton Mail machine as they ride side by side for second. Side by side for the third and fourth spot as well. Green will take over P2 as the 25 of Klusterhuis trying to gain some more spots there. Out of turn number 4, the 05 of Bayley Currey going to put lap 50 on the board. Just short of halfway. Sam Green not letting Bayley get too far away on that restart. We are officially halfway.
Caution, yellow
And
flag.
stage number 2 in the books. So Bayley Currey, Sam Green, Matt Cherry, Patrick Langley, Dave Matson, Brendan Klusterhuis, Tresnot, Alex Little, Alex Bottom, and Sawyer Ott round out the top 10, receiving points at the end of stage number 2. Take a look high top of the racetrack here. As we see high top of the speedway, starting to see that rubber taking down on the racing surface. Take a look here from the front of the pace truck. See that dark, shiny material there. Really slick and taking a lot of rubber. You can just about hear the tires on the surface. Starting to see it really come in here in turn 3 and 4. Get a good look at that cushion up here, the front end of Bayley Currey. Starting to see it gather up on the wall as well. Currey will ride up in that loose stuff, try to pack it down and get as much of that cushion smoothed out as possible, which will equal nothing but more grip for Currey, as he has chose to ride that top side. What we like to call in the dirt track world, banging the cushion. See if Currey will go up there one more time. Another thing it'll do for Bayley Currey is that heavy, rich dirt up there cool down those Goodyear tires. Same way you can on the asphalt. You can blister these groove tires. Right now, that black, a lot like asphalt, exception of about no grip. Really slick and treacherous. We're getting ready to go green. Out of turn number 4.
Green, green, green.
Green is out. Sam Green jumps into the P2 position. Top 3 will run that top lane. Got to put that right rear in the groove. Finally bounce it off the front stretch wall. And just a tidbit of information.
Caution, yellow flag.
Caution out on the Speedway. Caution looks like the 86 of Alex, bottom the 09 of Dave Matson, 15. Tress and I all involved. So it looks like Josh Kelly gonna receive the lucky dog, possibly. Keep an eye out on the 33 machine. It looks like the 66 of John Garrett receiving the lucky dog. Looking for the one to go. ready for the restart. Bayley Currey all the way up into good stuff. Hammer down. We are green here on lap 64. 37 laps to go for Bayley Currey. Let's look back through the field. There is the 48 of Matt Cherry. Oh, bouncing off the wall. Jason Ridebush. They'll keep it straight. George Belfons Jr.
Yellow flag is out.
29. 48 of Matt Cherry to the inside. See what happened with the 48 of Matt Cherry. Oh, loses it right in front of 43. $66 on the board, 35 to go. Won the green.
Green flag.
05 of Bayley Currey will jump out ahead of the field here. Good commanding lead. Back here further in the field, the 27 of Brandon Gregory rides in 11th spot. There's the 15 of Dan Half. 25 of Kluster, who's trouble on that machine. As you see back in the field, it is just chaos back here. Looking around the 11th spot. Excuse me, 7th now. There goes Trassenot to the inside. He'll get back into racing surface. 48, 52 make contact right in front of the 33 of Josh Cully. And they'll keep going, avoiding a caution here. There's the 96 of Jason Ridebush. Oh, 27, 35 hanging off of each other. And meanwhile, look out front, out just cruising, riding
The yellow
Right where he
flag is
wants to
out.
be. Caution out again. Alex, bottom in the 86. Looks like. Caution of the night. One to green with 23 laps to go. The 90 of Kyle Hall having a good run. Another guy having a good run. The 6th place. Gonna give him a shout out. All Gas TV's own Alex Little at National Guard 16. Man Gregory, another one having a good solid run. Along with the 90 of Kyle Hall. As we anticipated, we are back green.
Green flag, green flag.
Looks like tonight may see our first repeat winner of the season. If Currey continues his dominance for the next 22 laps. Excuse me, a little bit of a sneeze bug has entered the building. Get that out of the way, and back on the mic here is Bayley. Currey bangs it off the wall out of turn 4. Get you back here in the mayhem. There is the 38 of Roger Diebold. So Manning Gregory and the 89 of Matt Quick bouncer off. Around goes the 89-27 around. Oh, Manning Gregory. Excuse me, 89 of Matt Quick over the wall and upside down. Over the wall and on his lid. Like it started with the 89. Josh Cully, unfortunately, involved in that one. Down to 18 laps remaining for Bayley Currey. One of the very few cars left on the speedway with a front nose. That nose covered in the red clay. Getting ready to come back to the green. 1 to go signal given as the field files into turn number 1 behind the 05 of Bayley Currey, who has led. Well, he didn't lead that last lap. 78 of Patrick Langley. Here we go, restart. We are green again for the Bayley Currey Racing Showdown 100. Second, third, fourth, and fifth in the viewfinder. $14 laps to go. 13 now. Hosier bouncing it off the wall. Of Matt Cherry back in the 12th spot. He'll make contact with Kyle Hall. Kyle Hall will hammer down. Pull away from the 48 machine. Pressing auto ride right behind him. So bunch up behind the 16 of Alex Little. Kelvin Mosier nosed into the inside wall. One car, no caution. There is a look at the 34 of Sean Bounty, riding in the 7th spot. Matt Cherry trying to make something happen in the middle of the racetrack. But you see the momentum being dissipating from the 16. 10 to go now for the 05 of Bayley Currey. He is working his way down the back straightaway now. About 1 second lead over Second place of Patrick Langley. But out of Kyle Hall to get a boot to the 16. Contact 88.90. I'll keep it on. We're down to 8 to go. Trying to give you some views further on back. Bayley Currey still a half-second lead. Just starting to gather as the top side of this racetrack starting to dry out a little bit. That black slick getting closer to the wall. Check back into your leader. The 05 of Currey as he's getting ready to navigate slower traffic. Down the back straightaway with 6 laps to go. To be 5 to go this time by. Got Brendan Klooster who's off the front end of that machine. He'll try to squeeze between he and an outside wall. He will try to power around him on the top side. Klooster who's able to get some momentum off the middle. They'll be even. Coming to 4 to go. 4 laps remaining. Klooster who's finally gives up. The 05 of Bayley Currey will go into turn number 3. Out of turn number 3. 3 to go for Bayley Currey. Oh, wow, lap car almost taking out your leader. Might have got a piece of the 78. We're down to 2 to go. White flag for Bayley Currey. One more time into turn number 1. He'll bang it off the wall. He'll exit turn number 2 down the back straightaway for the final time. Big lead for Bayley Currey. 78 got clogged up with a lap car. Out of turn number 4 for Bayley Currey. Racing Showdown 100 goes to Bayley Currey. Patrick Langley going to finish in the 2nd spot. And bringing it home 3rd, lead commissioner, the 35 of Sawyer I. We'll work on getting them up in the Iron Thunder Racing Network booth. Bayley Currey, your winner. First repeat winner of the season. Patrick Langley up in there. In the waiting room, we'll start tonight's. You see Bayley Currey has found him some asphalt. He's trying to burn out on pit road. About ready to get the interviews going here. For some reason it decides to switch right back. We tried, and we'll get him up in the booth now. Joining me up in the booth now, the 35 Fort Worth screen printing machine of Sawyer. Started tonight in 11th position and able to sneak out a top 3 among the chaos and calamity that ensued behind you and Bayley, Currey, and Patrick Langley. Nice to see dirt added to the schedule. Maybe some changes if we come back to dirt, but nonetheless, it was fun for us up here in the booth. And we knew coming into the night that Bayley, Currey was going to be tough to beat. Nonetheless, man, congratulations on a solid P3 finish.
Thank you, Grissom. I appreciate it. I'm trying to help my buddy Langley here, but I guess he's stuck. But anyway, now, like you said, really up and down night, to be honest. And but yeah, to come on P3, I'm pretty surprised. I mean, I knew coming in that we'd be fast. I mean, I like running on the dirt when we run the trucks or the ARCA and stuff in the past. I've had good results, you know. So I was looking forward to this race. I knew it'd be fun. It'd be a challenge, but you know, if you could just survive, it would be a lot of fun. And I definitely had a lot of fun. It sucked getting taken out there. Qualified pretty decent, like 12th. And we started lapping those cars, and just one of them got in the wall and took out myself, I think Dave Matson, and I don't know who else, but that first big wreck, and had to go to the back, got some damage. Damage really didn't affect us, so luckily. Then, you know, drove back into the top 10, didn't get stage 1. I think we got 10th in stage 2. And then, again, I think Matson and Alex Little got in the wall, got wiped out again with my brother. I thought that might have done us in before we hit pretty hard on the inside wall, nosed in. So once again, had to go to the back, but we drove back up to the front. I know if we get a long run, I was pretty quick. And, you know, there at the end, I was able to clear to 4th and then run down Sam. And I don't know, I hate that I got into Sam again. That's 2 weeks in a row, but he went to the bottom. Looks like he just spun out and kind of backed right back up the track. And I'd already committed to the top. And I tried to squeeze around the outside and just, you know, got into him. So sorry to Sam. I hate that again. It's unintentional. You know, it's 2 weeks in a row, though. So I'm sure he's not happy. But regardless, I know our car's probably destroyed. It feels destroyed, but ultimately to come home, third, I'll take that. Good win to Bayley, first repeat winner of the season. I'm sure nobody's surprised that he was able to get it done on the dirt. I knew Langley would probably, you know, pass as well. So it was fun. It was wild and chaotic. I know a lot of people aren't happy, but you know, it's dirt racing. It's not for everybody. So it's over with. We'll move on and go to Daytona next week. Luckily, like I said, we won last week, so we're in the playoffs, and we got nothing to lose. So we'll just go for some more points, go for another win. Hopefully, Daytona. I feel like we gave one away there last time, so hopefully we get some redemption, and then go into the playoff with some momentum. You know, 2 top 3 finishes in a row. That's definitely what we needed right before playoffs. So just proud of this whole JCOM team, Fort Worth Screen Printing, all my guys, Treston, Brandon, Ray. Feel like we're really coming on strong. I don't know where they ended up, but I know they were fast. I know Brandon got wrecked and Treston got wrecked, so it's just part of it. That's dirt racing, and you'll have that.
Alrighty, man. We definitely look forward to the season finale, and look forward to speaking to you again up in the booth. Congratulations once again.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks to the ITRN, everybody that tunes in, all our sponsors, all our members, and y'all have a good night.
Friday will bring up second place. Joining us in the booth now, the driver out of Travelers Rest, South Carolina, in the 78 machine, and found your way from the 18th spot through that ruckus, made your way up into the second spot there where you rode for a majority of the night. And if anybody was going to have anything for him left out there, it looked like the 78 would have been the closest. And the best shot you had toward the end there, lap car kind of got up in the way and ruined those chances.
Yeah, man. First off, thank you for being up there tonight, Jonathan. I appreciate you broadcasting these races, man. I look forward to watching them the next day and doing some studying and listening to you call them. And man, this one was a special one. This one was close to the heart, as you know. I raced on dirt myself, the go karts, and almost didn't make the race until but I had to mount a new body and things like that. But man, what a good night for KWR and the 78 machine, Fathom Offshore Lures, Minn Kota, Evan Rude, those guys. Man, this was a fun night. I love racing on dirt, and I know you love watching this race too, as you call the call the dirt racing yourself. And man, this was a lot of fun. I had something for Bayley on the long run. Unfortunate we ran into some lap traffic there. But 1, 2, 3 finish, man, with a great group of guys, Bayley and Sawyer up there. So it was fun, man, ripping that fence, dude. That's so fun. You got to be laser focused right on the edge. I didn't realize how much of a lead I had to the car behind me, which is a mistake that I made. I should have maybe tried the bottom out to see if it had some moisture down there to really rotate the car and get that drive off. But we kept ripping the fence. I was just so focused on not making any mistakes. And I had a lot of fun tonight, man. This was fun. Hopefully we get to do it again.
It was definitely fun up here in the booth for me, and I said a lot of guys didn't like it, and I know dirt racing is not for everybody, and if I have to sit through 2 or 3 road courses, at least give me one dirt race throughout the year to look forward to, because I'm sure I feel the same way about road courses as they do about doing it on the dirt, and maybe we could change it up a little bit, really run a more dirt format, lock in the top 20, throw a B main, and give a guy a choice at $5 to finish in the 21st spot or join the field and try to win it from the rear and just pay 20th, 21st on back points as if they finished the main race in the top or outside the top 20. I think that might make for a little bit better racing there for the end, but nonetheless, man, up front where everybody could do some racing, it was good racing, and just some guys really not familiar with how these cars work on a surface of this nature were struggling a little bit playing bumper car in the back.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big transition going from asphalt to dirt, and not only in real life but on iRacing as well. It's a whole different driving style. Where you're focused, where your eyes need to be, your feet need to connect to your hands, and really control that race car. So if you get in that black stuff, I know people found out it's really slick. You're going to slide all the way up the racetrack. You want to find that fresh dirt. That's why they call it ripping the cushion, because there's that fresh dirt right there. And also, it's usually about 3 to 4 inches tall, thick, and you can kind of lean on it right there. So, man, yeah, it's a big, something big that you got to adapt to. Whoever adapted the quickest, you usually saw them up front. So it was good to see a few of those other guys adapt real quick and put on a good show for the fans. Hopefully, that's the main thing. We wanted to finish one spot better, but we'll always take a podium finish, ride that momentum, and keep going. And yeah, thanks to Sawyer and Bayley for putting this on. For sure, it was an experimental thing. So I know a couple of guys are upset, but got to remember this is the first time we've tried this in a regular season points paying race. So I give props to them for doing it. Man, speaking of that, I didn't even really get to qualify or run any heat races. Like I said, I was doing the go-kart thing, but we were able to battle back through the field and pass some cars early on and just kind of hold our track position. So we'll take this on the next week and keep it rolling.
All righty, man. We'll end the regular season next week, and coming into tonight, or not sure if all the points are calculated, but in the top 10 in points, one of the few that's actually right now I look at it 6 in points among a few without a win there amongst those guys that have won, and Bayley Currey the first repeat. So good luck, and we look forward to seeing who's all going to make it to the final 16, and hopefully you're one of them.
Yeah, thank you again, Chris. I appreciate that. We'll see you guys next week. And I tried to make it 9 winners and 9 races, but I was going to give him the chrome horn, make no doubt about it. We'll see you, Chris. You,
have a good one, man. All right, I'm going to bring up your winner. Let's get the 05. Good look at that machine. Alrighty, the dominant man of the night, the Fort Worth Screen Printing '05 of Bayley Currey. And man, talk about ripping the lip. And you got up there and just rode that cushion to your advantage. And, played the clean air that you had, what little clean air you were able to get before you caught up to the back of the field so quickly. We were able to make the most of that. And really, the only guy that might have had something for you early was the 91 of Allen, and unfortunately he got marred back in the field, and it seemed like Patrick was coming to you a little bit on the long run. Just didn't have quite the speed, but congratulations on bringing home the Bayley Currey Racing Showdown.
Happy to win my own race. Don't have to Venmo Sawyer or anything. Uh, yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a fun race. I was really surprised. I mean, we didn't have too many green flag runs, but I felt like we could go about 15 laps without having a caution, which I was thinking was decent. I know sometimes these deals can be a wreck fest, so I was pretty happy with that. The racing seemed to be pretty good, and yeah, racing with Jackson there in the beginning was fun. I don't know what ended up happening to him. We kind of got together, and I got around him, and then he had something going on back there. And then Langley, yeah, like Langley was catching me. I thought he was going to get me, and I kind of moved around a little bit more, and I feel like I kind of evened us out where we're about the same speed. And I'd make a mistake, he'd catch me a little bit. He'd make a mistake, I'd stretch it back out. It kind of just went back and forth. Uh, and then we made it to the end. So a lot of fun. I didn't think they would go to the top like it did, but man, that cushion got really thin up there in 1 and 2. So
Yeah, we were noticing that. We're trying to explain to some of the viewers that's not keen on dirt racing. As we look back toward the other end of the racetrack there, we can kind of see there's a good bit of cushion up there where the rubber is on down the track. There may be a car length and a half from the wall, but 1 and 2, I mean, many more laps. So you were just running on a sliver up there. That black was really getting close to that wall. So it seems like 100 laps was right dead on the money. And it would have got real interesting if we were going 120, 125 more laps. Or 25 more laps, I should say.
yeah, definitely. I was really having to straighten the car out because I couldn't hang it out so much because in the quarter panel get the wall before the right rear would get to the cushion up there. So even when I straightened it out, I felt like I was just dragging the quarter along the fence there, just knocking the wrap off the thing. So that was a lot of fun. Took a lot of finesse, and really happy with how it went. Hopefully we can do it again. Maybe not here, but maybe another dirt track with the Cup car would be fun.
Yeah, most definitely. Maybe a track more like Eldora, I think would be awesome. But maybe change it up a little bit. Just take the top 20, run a B main, and give that guy a chance at $5 to stay, or give up the $5 and try to tag on the end of the field. I think these cars would do good at Eldora. I'm kind of biased. I like the place, but even maybe somewhere else is. I think 20 would be a good round number. I know a lot of these guys just couldn't quite get the grip of how these cars worked on a dirt surface, and they were pretty much just out along for the ride. And I know, during a normal night, you might be able to tell, okay, if I do this, the cars are going to go here. So you're kind of looking ahead of yourself if anything's in front of you. And them guys not knowing, they just send her off in there in the middle of that black stuff, and all of a sudden there's 5 cars on the top of the racetrack, and they're one of them.
No, I agree. Just some people just don't really understand the dirt stuff, but hopefully we keep doing it. They'll learn it. I like I said, I really enjoy it. I think, like you said, might have to play with the format a little bit. Me and Sawyer talked about this quite a bit. Unfortunately, the heat races didn't quite work out how we had planned. But I thought it was a lot of fun doing the heats and having qualifying stuff the way it was. So yeah, I thought it was fun. We'll play with the format, go back to the drawing board a little bit, and hopefully we can do another race like this again next year.
And I'm sure some of the guys that were complaining, if I have to sit through a couple of road course races up here with no cautions, at least, like I told Patrick, at least give me one dirt track event, even if it ain't during the points. Just at least give me one to cover, and I'll be able to sit through those cautionless road courses. But nonetheless, man, congratulations once again, and becoming the first repeat winner of the season. And I'm definitely going to carry that momentum into next week as we round out the regular season, and definitely have little bit of a cushion there once we start the playoffs. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alrighty, from Bristol Motor Speedway, congratulations, Patrick Langley, Sawyer Ott for second and third, Sean Bounty from 26 to the fourth spot, Matt Klusterhuis in the fifth spot. Tressenot brings home sixth, Sam Green seventh, Josh Ball eighth, Alex Little ninth, Alex Bottom 10th, Matt Cherry 11th, 12th, Kyle Hall, good run for him. Mr. John Garrett in the 13th spot. Another good run for Adam Schroen from 23rd to 14th. Justin White in the 15th spot. David Jedlicka 16th. 17th belongs to Christopher Gill. 18th, Roger Diebold. 19th, good run for Elaine Hughes. 20th, Dan Half. 21st, Storm Patterson. 22nd, Jason Radibus, George Belfons Jr. 23rd. 24th, Josh Kelly. 25th, Brandon Kluchtus. Paul Smith, 26th, Brian Workman, 27th. 28th, Kelvin Mosier. 29th will be BJ Hash. 30th will be the 27 of Manning Gregory. 31st, Matt Quick, Dave Matson in 32nd. Raymond Rittenauer brings home 33rd. 34th to Kevin Hash. Chad Nelson, 35th. And the final car, the 91 of Jackson Allen, brings home 36th. Crowning a champion next Tuesday night over in the Rush Series. We will have the regular season finale Tuesday night from Daytona. We appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight here on Tuesday Night Thunder. Once again, happy birthday to Ron Larson, 85th birthday, celebrating us here with us on the Iron Thunder Racing Network. Tough break for Josh Kelly, not having the night he wanted, but surely will shine next Tuesday night on the high banks of Daytona International Speedway and lock himself in after winning earlier to start the season at Daytona at the Lucky Dogs Doggy Daycare 250. See if he can sweep Daytona here in the Premier Series, Fort Worth Screen Printing Premier Series, that is. We look forward to bringing you all the action as soon as we can get to Daytona. Another one of my preferred types of racing. Nonetheless, thank you once again. Big shout out to the rest of the Josh Kelly fan club for tuning in as well. Thank you to the 36 guys and gals who showed up to make the Bayley Currey Racing Showdown 100 somewhat of a fun race to watch. A lot of calamity, but first time doing it, and hopefully we can continue. Maybe a different venue, definitely a different format. But once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all keep showing up. We'll keep showing out. From Bristol Motor Speedway,